So there are a lot of ways to make money in the last crypto bull market. You could have done the NFTs, you could have done the DeFi, you could have even done the move to earns. And I had friends who made several hundred thousand, if not millions of dollars in each of those pockets. But the people who made the most money, the people who hit just one ball and they knocked it over the fence, over the river, into the car park on the other side of town, they're the people who were early into Doge. If I could go back in time and I'd be like, early 2021, what am I going to invest in? I just probably put it all in Doge because I knew it was going to hit a $94 billion market cap, and the market would just get so irrational and crazy that it could literally 1,000x, maybe 10,000x my money from the time that I got in. So in this super cycle, we're looking for those opportunities. And these meme coins, Murad's meme coins, literally feel like the exact same thing as Doge was in the last cycle. And looking back, if we fast forward 3-4 years from now, we're like, what was so obvious in hindsight that literally could have made us 7 or 8 figures? It's this. So I wanted to give you a strong video, a quick video, but a strong video on Murad's thesis on why this could be the case. Because if you were listening to me back in 2021 when I'm talking about Doge as it's at a couple $100 million market cap, you would have been like, I should have paid more attention. So let's jump into this video and just see where you land by the end of it. And again, I don't mind if you buy, I don't mind if you sell, I don't mind if you short these tokens. I make these videos basically so I can get more information around the theses of coins I'm investing in, sharing it with you. So please make your own decision. It's all up to you. So a little bit high level to start. Michael Saylor says the USA can make $81 trillion by establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve. It's coming. CZ says you can buy Bitcoins after the US government is done buying or before. There is no other choice. It's like, when are you going to adopt the internet? Is it going to be after all the massive internet and tech companies sell for billions of dollars? Or is it going to be before and you're going to be one of those companies? People don't have a choice, whether you're a country, whether you're a business, whether you're an individual, if you don't adopt the hardest form of money, the medium with the lowest stock to flow ratio, you're going to lose in the long term. Now, why is this important? We're not talking about Bitcoin here, but Bitcoin, the way the cycles move is they start with the big orange coin. They move down into the layer ones like Ethereum, Solana, and large caps down here in phase 3. And then alt season down here, phase 4. In the last bull run, when Doge pumped, it was in phase 4 in the alt season. Now, how much did it pump? This makes me really want to go buy these new tokens. Arda SL on Twitter says, remember Doge went from 700 mil market cap, which is a large market cap by a lot of people's standards, to $8 billion market cap in just one day, a clean 11x in a day, and not from a small amount, from 700 mil. Parabolic moves like this will happen in this cycle. Coins that are close to critical mass will have green candles like this. Believe in something. He talks about SBX and Giga being the 2 tokens of this cycle. Look at these crazy green candles to the $8 billion market cap across essentially 24 hours, although these 2 candles here make it look like it was 48 hours. If we go over to the actual Dogecoin price, you can see it was hovering around. I want to get these because Dogecoin's been around for a long time, guys, since 2013. You can see it was hovering here at, this is a 740 mil market cap, pulled back to a 170 mil market cap, and then stayed there for, let's have a look how long this time, 11th of April from, so 3 months. This is where it had that accumulation phase in the hundreds of millions of market cap before in 2 days, it absolutely skyrocketed. Murad says, this was a couple of days ago, yesterday, generational wealth is made on days like this. What happened a couple of days ago? It was real strong FUD. People were saying that Murad was selling his tokens. The meme coin meta was over. Solana was dumping. We had a lot of KOLs just shilling on their audience and then taking their money. Real blood in the streets sort of day. And Murad says, those are the days that generational wealth is made. It's simply realized months later. And when you get tokens that reach what Murad calls the tipping point, he says once a certain tipping point is reached, the move from $2 to $3 billion to $50+ billion will be swift, mark my words. Have a look at what happened to Dogecoin recently. Doge added a $30 billion market cap in just one day. This further confirms the meme coin supercycle. What does this mean? New cycle cult memes will go ballistic next and outperform even more, adding more than the same. I guess we'll start at a 15 bill market cap up to a 45 bill market cap. It's a nice clean 3x. But think about what happens if $30 billion or $10 billion gets added to a market cap that's in the low hundreds of millions. If $30 billion gets added to something like Giga, you're literally 150xing your money. And it can come as a surprise. As Murad says, there are weeks where nothing happens. And you can see this with Dogecoin, where we zoomed in here. From the $710 million market cap, there was something like 12 weeks where nothing happened. It went down and then just hovered to the side. But if you sold, if you weren't positioned correctly, you would miss that parabolic run up that literally prints generational wealth for people who have held on. And there's going to be a lot of catalysts that are going to spike these meme coin graphs just like that. Have a look at this catalyst here. There's a Doge ETF approval odds at 70% on Polymarket, which is basically just open source betting where everyone can bet against each other on if they think events are going to happen or not. And obviously, that's probably the best way you can predict the future, is have people put money where their mouth is and say, oh, I believe in this and I'll put $10,000 on it. It means they're actually speaking what they believe is true. And when you get everyone doing that, especially people with inside information, you're going to get some pretty accurate odds. And so a 70% chance that the Doge ETF gets passed. And as Murad says, that will be even more ultra bullish for top meme coins of this cycle. Believe in something. Imagine when institutions, imagine when countries, imagine when pension funds are buying into something like Dogecoin. What's everyone saying? Oh, what's the next top hot meme coin? And of course, we showed Giga already. These are the two that Murad believes in. These are the two that I've been studying recently. I've personally been waiting for pullbacks like this, these 70% shakeouts where the paper hands, the non-believers, go away into obscurity. I don't know where they go to, back to the S&P 500, of which I didn't actually pull the quote up, but Tony Robbins talks, I'm a big Tony Robbins fan, talks about how if you missed like 20 of the best performing days in the stock market over the last 30 years, you'd miss something like 95% of the returns. Decades happen in a day, and you just have to be positioned well and not overly focus on too. You'd only be refreshing the chart every day. Just get positioned, then go to the gym and go make a bunch of money on the side and be waiting for this one day where the move is absolutely parabolic. And at least for me, I just think that to think that this is the end of Giga, to think that this is the highest it'll ever go, just does not feel right, especially SPX 6900 too, which has had some FUD recently and a massive pullback following PopCap. PopCap was almost at a $2 billion market cap. I think it's down at about $200 million market cap now, almost like a 90% plus pullback, and it is also one of Murad's tokens. But specifically with things like Giga and SPX 6900 and their strong community, I think they are so well positioned, just like when Dogecoin was sitting around that $700 to $500 million market cap and then exploded in a day. For me personally, I'm going to make sure I'm positioned well so I don't miss the Dogecoin of this cycle. I'm going to be splitting more money across SPX 6900 and Giga. And again, I say this on the channel all the time, I'm also going to do it patiently. Like Dogecoin, it took 12 weeks of accumulation at about that $600 million mark. Maybe this is going to happen now. Maybe this is going to happen in July. Maybe this is going to happen in November. But I just want to make sure that I'm positioned with money I can afford to lose so I can absolutely cash in and literally print 7, if not 8 figures from the top performing cult meme coins.